categorically state that for BJP in the context of Ram Mandir, I believe is a convoluted argument. Why is it that in this country you have to be shy of your religious identity, especially if you come from the majority religion or from the Hindu religion?
Dr. Raman began by attacking me for taking a comparison. The reason I'm doing it is because that is what the opposition does day in and day out. They compare Modi to a czar. They compare him to dictators. Eschew the rhetorics. Today the public wants to know facts.
Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. The seat-sharing stalemate within I.N.D.I parties continues, but it's not just that different views and opinions are being tabled even in the public. It is a downright spat going on in full public view now. Aam Aadmi Party and Congress both have been maintaining that there will be no alliance for Lok Sabha polls between them in Punjab. That position seems to have hardened now as Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann took a punch at the Congress and predicted the end of the Grand Old Party in a press conference. Congress reminded the Aam Aadmi Party about how Kejriwal is ducking ED summons over the liquor policy scam and how 40% of their leaders are in jail in various cases. But this is not the only state where the situation has slipped out of hand. Circumstances are similar, especially in West Bengal, if not in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Maharashtra, where the allies are not ready to let Congress contest on the number of seats that the latter is demanding. Maybe the recent assembly poll performance of the Congress party has put it on a sticky wicket. Congress's results are not reassuring, at least to its allies, and Congress, wanting to be the big brother, has also rubbed many of them the wrong way. But nobody can deny the fact that except the BJP, Congress is the only pan-India, pan-national party, and their performance in Telangana has also been pretty good just now. So have India parties lost faith in the Grand Old Party, and is that justified? Are they right in not giving the Congress the number of seats that they're asking for in their dominant regions? We'll take that question to our guests in just a bit. But first, take a look at this reaction from Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann, where he's taking pot shots at the Congress party.
मां अपने बच्चे नूं दुनिया दी सब तो छोटी कहानी सुना सकती है. एक थी कांग्रेस.
That jibe coming in from Bhagwant Mann, ek thi Congress. Soon after that, Congress leader Pawan Khera tweeted on X, and I quote, "Aap and Modi के विचार कितने मिलते हैं? They think on the same lines. दोनों का सपना है कांग्रेस मुक्त भारत का, दोनों मुंह की खाएंगे." But he adds on this. वैसे एक भोजपुरी पिक्चर का नाम है एक था जोकर, आपने तो देखी होगी. Now you can of course take out whatever meaning you want to from this tweet. It has come after Bhagwant Mann's statement. So this is the level of discourse that is currently on between what are supposed to be alliance partners, at least on the national front. And the political war is continuing in other states as well. So for example, in West Bengal also it's becoming very bitter. TMC spokesperson Kunal Ghosh in fact stated that the West Bengal unit of the Congress is playing the role of a quote, Dalal of the BJP. This is another way of saying B team, but it's a much more derogatory term than even using the term B team. Congress MP and West Bengal Congress chief Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary of course has responded by saying that Mamata Banerjee is ruining the India bloc in West Bengal. Don't forget, in Maharashtra, there were a lot of bitter words exchanged just last week. Sanjay Munirupam took a jibe at the Sena Uddhav faction after they demanded 23 seats in the state, saying that Shiv Sena is no longer the same party. They've undergone a split. Sanjay Raut, though, of the Shiv Sena UBT, reminded the Congress of its 2019 LS polls results and stated that Congress should instead be starting from zero in Maharashtra. Now let's understand the seat-sharing conundrum in various India Party alliance groupings. In Punjab, Congress, of course, has been wanting a little bit more than what the Aam Aadmi Party is willing to give, and whether there will be any alliance or not is a matter of great question now. But let me just break down where things stand. So Congress says that they will only give 2 seats to the Aam Aadmi Party. Of course, Aam Aadmi Party is not going to be accepting of this. They have just come out and said or reiterated again that there is no AAP or Congress alliance in the state even for Lok Sabha. They have said this since mid last year, and the Congress has also been repeatedly saying the same. In Delhi, the Congress wants 2 seats, but the Aam Aadmi Party believes that Congress will not win any seats in Delhi, and therefore it is futile to give them any seats. They are the party that should be taking on the BJP. In Uttar Pradesh, Congress demanded 8 seats. The Samajwadi Party says the Congress cannot even win Amethi or Raebareli anymore. Remember, they have already lost Amethi last time around. In West Bengal, Congress wants to fight as many as 6 seats, but TMC is not ready to give that many seats to the Congress, maybe 2 that they could agree on. In Bihar, Congress is demanding as many as 10 seats, but RJD, JDU combined is only ready to give them 5 seats. While in Maharashtra, Shiv Sena UBT wants 23 seats. This is the number of seats they fought when they were in alliance with the BJP last time around. But here, of course, the Congress says that it is not feasible, not possible to fulfill the demand. So it's, if not the Congress's demands being rejected, it is Congress rejecting the other allied demands. But here's why the allies are refusing to give as many seats to the Congress party as they are demanding, particularly in states where there is not a direct BJP-Congress fight, but they are the more dominant regional satraps, whether it's the Aam Aadmi Party, it's the TMC, it's RJD, JDU. In Shiv Sena's case, it might be a different scenario. But this is the reason why. Because remember, in 2019 Lok Sabha elections, there were 186 seats on which there was a direct BJP and Congress fight. Out of those 170 seats, a whopping 91% of those were won by the BJP. The Congress's strike rate was only 8%, just 15. And mind you, this number in 2019 was lower for the Congress party than what it got in 2014. So the graph came down. Have they improved? Can they take on the BJP in states where there's going to be a direct fight? We've just had the state elections. What do those election results tell us? So for example, let's take a look at the Madhya Pradesh state election results. We are of course assuming that there was a direct fight on all 230 seats in the state. BJP won 163 of them, strike rate being over 70%. The Congress won 66, the strike rate being 28%. In Rajasthan, direct fight on 198 out of 200, BJP won 115, the Congress won 69. And in Chhattisgarh, direct fight on 90 seats. Here the pollsters predicted the return of the Congress government, but that also didn't happen. The BJP won 54 seats, that's still a strike rate of 60. The Congress was reduced to 35. So, if this is what they are doing in states where they are the dominant party, why will any other India alliance parties give them seats where Congress is no longer that big a party? They don't have the cadre, they don't have the ground presence or the number of votes. But remember, in 2019, the state elections were different. Then Congress won, but the Lok Sabha polls results did not change. So what will change this time? First, of course, the question we ask is this: are the India parties losing faith in the Congress party to actually be able to lead the alliance, also to get them any decent number of seats?
In Bengal, the state Congress, they are playing a role of dalal of Bhajpa.
पंजाब ते दिल्ली च मां अपने बच्चे नूं दुनिया दी सब तो छोटी कहानी सुना सकती है, एक थी कांग्रेस।
जी ये हम तो जी उसके खिलाफ है। मैं कह रहा हूं हम करप्शन के खिलाफ हैं और तुम करप्ट हो ठोके।
Hello, Moto.
Let's go across to our guest joining us, RP Singh of the BJP, national spokesperson, Ikram Sandhu from the Congress party, Siddharth Sharma from the I.N.D.I party, also Rashid Kidwai, author and journalist, joining us on the show. I do thank you all for your time. Ikram Sandhu, let me begin with you. Look at the kind of statements your alliance partners or the larger India Bloc alliance partners are making. What is the position of the Congress party if your dominant alliance partners like the I.N.D.I party and the TMC are openly ridiculing the Congress? This is not just, limited to saying, no, this is right or that is right. They're ridiculing you.
Good evening, Shivani ji. Wishing you a very happy new year, and
Same
to my
to you, sir.
co-panelists and all your viewers. Now, I sense a lot of glee in your voice, so you can have your glee, but I'll be very
I
clear
have a lot
on
of
that.
concern in my voice. Maybe you are misjudging it.
I thank you for your concern. Congress
Yes.
is really touched by that. Now coming to the main point that we have here, what we are having right now is something which is known as a negotiation. It's not a one-way street. It's a two-way street. And whenever you negotiate, people take hard-nosed positions. AAP will take a hard-nosed position because they want to fight a good fight. We will take a hard-nosed position. We want to fight a good fight. And that is par for the course. If on the very first day everybody agrees to what has to be done, then there is no negotiation. Then it is something which is like a carpe diem given to everybody to play with.
Okay.
So in every state that we are talking here, it is everybody thinks he has a good strength, and there is just one lakshya that we have. We have to defeat BJP, be it West Bengal, be it Bihar, be it Maharashtra, or be it Uttar Pradesh.
Okay, Mr.
So
Sandhu, I just want to come in.
everybody
I just want to come in and you can continue. You are
Yeah,
saying
so-
this is par for the course because, everybody is doing negotiations right now. The question that arises is that one, this is happening now, we're in January 2024. There's barely any time, to firm up your strategy, let alone seat sharing. And some of your alliance partners are also getting very agitated whether it's already too delayed. So it's not like you've got a lot of time to play with. That is one. Secondly, you're saying these are negotiations going on. Look at the tone and tenor of the statements coming on. What is the need for alliance partners to be making these statements in public? You can negotiate and you can even do hardball negotiation behind closed doors.
Well, if somebody uses certain terms which are not politically correct, we cannot control them. They are from a different political party. हम यही कहते हैं कि सद्बुद्धि हर एक को मिलनी चाहिए इसके अंदर. But then we can even talk about the BJP here. BJP is in an alliance with JJP and Haryana. And can you tell me, are they going to fight this election together? How are they going to divide the 10 seats among themselves? Dushyant Chautala has always something nasty to say about his own chief minister. He's the deputy CM, about Manohar Lal Khattar, about Anil Vij. You have Mr. Barendra Singh, who has said that I'll leave the BJP if you have a tie-up with the JJP. But that is all papered over. That is something that nobody talks about.
But if I was to take that is a problem, you still have to concede. If you're drawing a parallel, you still have to concede that there is a problem for the India alliance too. You can't say this is just negotiation taking place.
I am not saying that everything is gango and we are having a tango right now. What I am saying is that there are negotiations that are happening. Right now, a few wrong steps are happening. The tango is not going to the waltz as it is supposed to go, but we will get to it. And come February, when the real juggernaut will start rolling for these elections, I can assure you that in all these states, we will have a sheet sharing agreement which will be cast in stone.
In Punjab too? In Punjab too? Are you confident?
Punjab is a very different kettle of fish because I come from Punjab.
Yes.
Now in Punjab, we are the number one and the number two party. So it's like, if I can draw a correlation, it is something like Kerala. We actually can fight very well separately and still BJP will get a big zero. Because when you talk about it in Punjab, AAP and Congress put together in the Vidhan Sabha election and the bypolls that you have roughly a 70% vote share.
But फिर
so with a 70% vote share,
alliance किस बात की हुई फिर?
we will work for it. We will work for it. We will always strive for it because if we get together, we can give them a mauling in Punjab. But even if in Punjab nothing works out, I can assure you the 13 seats will come to the India bloc. That is cast in stone.
Okay, Siddharth Sharma, you want to respond to that? First of all, Ikram Sandhu talked about Satbuddhi. That comment is clearly coming after Bhagwant Man's comment. What are these comments that are coming out? What is Bhagwant Man trying to say? Bhagwant Man is saying something very different. Eighth Congress, he's predicting the end of the Congress party.
Yeah, Shivani, I'll just make three very brief points in which I think you'll understand what, very briefly, within 90 seconds, I'll complete it. When a cricket team is going to play a match tomorrow, all the 15 or the 16 players get ready for that match, although only 11 of them will play on match day. So what Bhagwant Manji was saying was exactly that. Point number two, as far as alliance is concerned, what is BJP's, how many seats BJP is going to give AIADMK in Tamil Nadu or JDS in Karnataka or Apna Dal in UP? It is not yet clear about the alliance. Although BJP's alliance with the Banaras Hindu University alleged rapists is very clear. Everyone knows that. So isn't it also possible, politically I am asking Shivani, that just like the Prime Minister of India, Modi ji, hits certain master strokes like demonetization without giving anybody a hint, right now Team India strategists are sitting behind the screen, behind the and in the war room and making efforts to negotiate, while sending people like me and Ikram, who are responsible spokespersons, to have a TV debate on television. So I think the viewers of CNN News 18 are pretty wise enough.
I'm not
They
sure what you're
understand.
suggesting.
I think what I suggested is very clear, that we as spokespersons are on TV while the strategists are already working.
No, I'm not asking about your statements. I'm asking about Bhagwant Man's statements. He's not a spokesperson who's on a TV debate.
I think I made it very clear. When you play a match, I think Ikramji also very clearly said that when there is a cricket match going on, there's little bit of sledging goes on, and while
Not against your own teammates.
No,
For
I will
heaven's
you,
sake,
Yeah,
Siddharth.
let me complete.
You don't sledge your own teammates before you walk onto the ground.
Let me complete. What Bhagwant Manji was saying, I think the viewers of CNN, IBN very clearly know. Bhagwant Man is also a very good humorist. What he was saying was in jest, absolute jest, and it was a one sentence, one liner.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. It wasn't jest, and obviously these comments in jest are par for the course, to borrow from Ikram, when you are opponents, but they're not exactly par for the course when you're trying to tell the rest of the country. Remember, today news follows and goes across the country and the world in a seamless fashion. When you're trying to send a message that we are one alliance and we are together nationally, how do these statements make that message clear to the public is the question in Delhi, in Punjab and the rest of the states. Ikram, you want to come in very quickly? I'll give you 30 seconds, then I'll go across to our other guests.
I'm not wearing my political hat here. Being an ex-cricketer, has played at the university level, and you're also a cricket enthusiast. I'll tell you this: no, sledging does happen between teammates. When we used to have matches, we used to have practice match a day before the main match used to happen, and the kind of sledging that used to happen between the 22 who had to make it to the 11 was nothing like that.
Yeah, so I get your point, but please do this behind closed doors. Players don't come out in press conferences and sledge and question somebody else's position in the playing 11.
If we do it, everything behind doors, Shivani, how come you'll have a show on TV, television show on prime time? Let people also have some entertainment. No, let you also have some debates here.
Words used by you, not by me. I'm taking all statements by all chief ministers and senior leaders seriously. I don't consider them entertainment beyond a point. But before I go across to RP Singh, I do want to go to Rashid Kidwai first. Rashid Kidwai, should we just take this as in jest, teething problems, negotiations, all of that? Or is the tone and tenor of some of the statements that are coming out suggesting that there is indeed a deep problem for the India alliance?
Yes, Shivani, as I see it, there is a deep problem, but there is a doctrine of, necessity. It is a political compulsions that are driving, party like AAP and the Congress in Punjab and outside elsewhere to come together. This is a thing. Otherwise, they are a big zero. I mean, if 28 parties go together also in this 24 elections, things are very, very difficult. It's like a mission impossible. But if they fight separately, they know that it's, they would not be able to make any kind of, dent or impact. So therefore, I think the intent is there, but it's going to be chaotic, and this chaos will continue till the very last day. Even when we will have election, you will see this, India Alliance people speaking in different voices. So
but it also seems there's a story within the story. So while this is a necessity, as you put it, that they have to come together or there is no chance for them collectively against the BJP in 2024, it's also seeming like it's case to case dependent. For example, in Punjab, what Ikram says is, even if we don't fight together, BJP is not winning, right? So we don't need to fight together. It will still come in India's kitty. So it's also case to case, where they don't want to yield to each other. They don't.
Yes, yes. I think, but Shivani, there is a clear, difference of perception between state leaders, including, chief minister, party spokesman, and at the level of Mr. Kharge and Arvind Kejriwal and, Sanjay Singh, who was part of it, but now he's in jail. So all these things are there. I think the top leadership is quite, in alignment, as the two spokespersons are saying. Behind the scene, strategies are working out. For the first time, let me just say this remark. For the first time, the Congress will be fighting, if this alliance works out, in a number of seats that will not be enough. Even if Congress, theoretically speaking, wins all seats it contests, it will not be able to form a government. So for a party,
how many seats do you think the Congress will contest, and how many will it have to give up?
I think a very realistic terms. I think the Congress, fighting seats will not be more than 245 to 250.
Okay. And then how many of those they win is another challenge for them. And that brings me to the number I was talking about earlier. In direct fights, out of 186 seats, the Congress lost virtually all of them. So that is why the alliance partners also don't seem to have the confidence that Congress can take the BJP on. Its numbers are going down every general election. 2019 was worse than 2014. But RP Singh, the opposition also has a question. You've got certain alliances going on in states. Not all of your alliance members see eye to eye. So why does the BJP, nitpick about every statement that is made and then, tell that, okay, this is the future of the alliance. These parties can never come together.
Well, Shivani, before I answer that, just now on your debate, the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson just vouched what Mr. Pawan Khera said. Ek tha joker. That's why the entertainment is on, and then they think the Indian democracy is more of a theatric show where the jokers can come and do entertainment. God bless them; they can be on with their entertainment. But at least Aam
Aadmi Party or Team India doesn't align with Banaras Hindu University alleged rapists. At least we don't align with them. So thankfully, BJP does.
RP Singh. Let him finish, please. Yes.
There's another style of the anarchist party. I never interrupted even once. My first statement, that's what they say.
This is a debate, RP. This is a debate. This is not a discussion.
Okay. Let him finish. Let him make his opening argument. Siddharth, let him make his opening argument. He's waited long enough. Then you can have an interjection. Yes, RP Singh.
Fair enough.
That's what they do in parliament also. They don't allow discussions, they don't allow debates. They just heckle and they just keep creating ruckus in the parliament also. But coming to the point, in Punjab, 5 ministers, former ministers, including one deputy CM, I think he's still in jail, rest 4 has got a bail, were arrested and sent behind bar by Aam Aadmi Party's vigilance department, Punjab government vigilance department, sorry, and then under the cases of corruption. Now, Mr. Sidhu again raised the issue that I hold my head in shame because of the corruption charges against Mr. Kejriwal. As per him, he should immediately resign, and he is giving his example that he resigned and then contested again. So, how do you think those people, 5 ministers who would have good following, they were the ministers in the Congress government, how will their followers will ally or will go hand in hand with the Congress workers? Will Congress workers and the Aam Aadmi workers, they can put their head together, they can have pictures, they can have Binaka pictures, smile and everything. They can do whatever they want to do whenever it's possible. Although I don't see that happening. It's moving toward a triple talaq. At least Aam Aadmi and Congress seems to be moving toward triple talaq. But that point aside. But fact is that how do workers go together? Remember 2019, BSP and SP came together. Bua Bhatije ki jodi. It was it was made such a big thing that now this is the best permutation combination, best number game, best caste combination, everything. What happened in 2019? We know what exactly happened on ground, because workers of BSP and SP were not prepared to go together because they're hitting each other just before the elections. Just before the.
So you are saying their motivation to keep the BJP out of power is not enough. for the workers to come together on ground. There will be no chemistry.
Let me give there's no chemistry at all between them also. Leave aside the workers and leave aside the people at large. But coming back to the subject, West Bengal, the Ranjan Chaudhary has been openly abusing and accusing the Mamata Banerjee, and so is the TMC leaders. The ministers have been saying that Congress is a B team of the BJP. This is what is happening in Kerala. Mr. Shashi Tharoor has been openly taken out swords against the left party government there, and left party got their party chief arrested. They got their party chief arrested. They had a sole member MLA in the West Bengal government that was poached by Mamata Banerjee from Sagadigi. So they can do whatever they want to do. They don't have a leader. They don't have a face. They don't have a leader to present. Give me another second.
Yeah.
They don't have a leader. They don't have any policy to counter 55 crore people giving health services, or more than 10 crore women being given a gas connection, or 11 crore farmers being given a Kisan Samman Nidhi. And also, they don't have any intent. I mean, people doubt their intent. Na neta hai, na niti hai, na niyat hai.
RP Singh, maybe a new form of politics is emerging, where the public also knows that these are opposition parties at state level, but they can come together for some quote-unquote larger cause at the national level. I'm not saying it's going to be successful, but I'm saying maybe a new politics is emerging, where even the public is okay with these options. These elections will tell you. But Ikram Sandhu, I want to give you an opportunity to respond to what RP Singh said. You look at Kerala, the Congress attacks the left government there. You look at West Bengal, the Congress attacks the TMC government there. You look at Delhi and Punjab, the Congress government attacks the Aam Party governments there, and on issues of corruption. Now, if you're going to do that at the state level, wouldn't at the national level, conversely, people will ask you, how can you come together?
Shivani ji, I'll just jog everybody's memory here, because we are taking such a holier than thou stand on all these issues. Well, 6 months or 8 months back, Mr. Amit Shah called Conrad Sagma the most corrupt CM India has ever seen, independent India's most corrupt CM. And today what is there? They are both in government together. So either Mr. Amit Shah was lying then, or Mr. Amit Shah is in government with the most corrupt CM that we have seen in the last 72 years. Decide on that. You said we will do chakki piecing and piecing and piecing to Mr. Ajit Pawar. Narendra Modi ji said, इन्होंने 70,000 रुपए खाए हैं जनता के, मैं चौकीदार इसको जेल में डालूंगा. अब आप उसको कौन से जेल में डाल दिया? उनका जेल है मंत्रालय में, डेप्टी सीएम की कैबिन. Great. Nothing to be questioned here. This is all par for the course.
No, let him respond. Let RP Singh respond on that.
No, let me finish. Mr. RP Singh has had enough time. So if you could just give me another 1 minute. So, when you come to these things, BJP talking about corruption, BJP talking about how it, treats its coalition partner, it's very rich on their part, because their standard on this is not even bronze level, it is dirt level. So it's not a,
Okay, I have limited time, Mr. Sandhu. I request you, let RP Singh respond. You've raised a very important parallel or analogy. Please let the BJP spokesperson respond on this. We've heard BJP leaders and previous alliance partners, now turned foes or foes turned alliance partners, speak in different tongues as well. So what's so different about India Alliance?
Do you see any of the I.N.D.I alliance partners speaking against each other, or in public domain saying no, he's joker, or एक ही party, some एक ही Congress for that regard, to be very precise. No, none of them will speak against each other, because they know that we are all glued together and we are working for a certain agenda. They can keep pointing out fingers, but today in public domain they are raising questions about each other's not only integrity. It's not me, it is Navjot Singh Sidhu from the Congress party who has raised question about Arvind Kejriwal, not me. And it is Mr. Man who has spoken about Ek Thi Congress, and it's Pawan Khera who said Ek Tha Joker. It's not us. So it's between them. I mean, do you think any voices being raised between the I.N.D.I alliance? No. Also, that again, when will they do a seat sharing formula, clarity on seat sharing formula?
Okay. The issue is not that. The issue is that statements have been made by both BJP and BJP alliance members that have been very bitter in the past, but they've somehow come together even after those statements? That is the question I was asking you. Not whether NDA alliance partners are fighting bitterly in public today. That is obviously not the case. Obviously, India alliance is not an alliance comparable to the NDA. Because the NDA is one large party plus many smaller parties. The India Alliance is a lot of parties at the same level. So it has its own struggles. Yes. Siddharth Sharma, I have limited time. I'll give you 30 seconds to respond.
Just 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I think what RP Singh failed to mention was BJP and BJD. They fight against each other both in Vidhan Sabha and Lok Sabha. Yet BJD votes with BJP in all bills in Parliament. So there is no binary.
No, but that's a very clear position of the BJD.
Yeah,
the BJD is equidistant from everybody.
That's what. The second point.
That's not an alliance.
Farmers are on road, whereas truck drivers who are supposed to be on road are not on road. So that is the policy of BJP, that Team India and the Indian people are going to vote against in the Lok Sabha elections. It is as clear as that. Farmers who are supposed to be in field, they are on roads. The trucks which are supposed to be on roads,
I'm sorry, you can't.
They are not on road.
No, you can't divert from the issue we are discussing by getting into qualitative issues of election. I'm not discussing those. You have to accept there is a problem. Aam Aadmi Party leaders don't see eye to eye with the Congress. That's the reality in Delhi or in Punjab. Why are you shying away?
BJP and BJD do not see eye to eye with each other.
They are not an alliance.
Vidhan Sabha or in Lok Sabha.
They are not an alliance.
Go get your.
Yet BJD supports BJP in all its bills in the Parliament.
Yeah, many other opposition parties that are not in alliance with the BJP on issues they vote with the BJP. That's a different issue.
I think.
No. Siddharth, you must be genuine. You must be genuine with the issue that is being discussed. The issue that is being discussed is simply this. I'm sorry to say, but there is no parallel to alliance partners and regional partners bickering so bitterly against the Congress as the examples that are coming out today.
I think Ikram gave an example of Mr. Conrad Sangma. How much more bickering do you want between BJP allies? How much more bickering do you need than Mr. Subramanian Swamy, who every day morning tweets, at least 10 tweets every day against BJP?
But Subramanian Swamy is not a party that you are deciding seat sharing with. Come on. Oversimplification of the issue. But I want to go across to Rashid Kidwai also. Rashid Kidwai, fundamentally it is about seat sharing, isn't it? Seat sharing is the problem. And seat sharing, if you don't sort it out soon enough, you might have missed the bus. Because there's barely any time. It was okay when we were talking about this in June last year or in September last year, but now we're in January 2024.
Shivani, you are spot on. My friends from Aam Aadmi Party and Congress are not admitting a basic fundamental thing, which is about leadership, which is about having a kind of a convener or a coordinator in that India alliance. There is no leader, there is no prime ministerial face, and that is why there is no sense of discipline. You see, I understand that in coalition governments there are always people speaking different, or any coalition. You look at the PDP BJP alliance, you look at that VP Singh government that was supported by the left and the BJP from outside. So we have seen the whole history of it. I have no problem, but here there is nobody who can rein in, and that is the biggest problem.
Okay, I leave it at that. On that thought, I do thank all of our guests for joining us. We'll of course keep a close watch on whether the seat sharing eventually materializes or not. Coming up after a very short break, we discuss the other big story of the day. AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi is in the center of a row again, because now he seems to be inciting Muslim youth against the Ram temple in Ayodhya and possibly more. So is he guilty of inciting passions? We'll debate that on the other side.
Hello, Moto.
Co-powered by
Sanctum Sanctorum. But this is a big clarity as far as the idol of Ram Lalla to be kept in the divine place is concerned. Union Minister Prahlad Joshi in fact went on to tweet and gave clarity that Arun Yogi Raj's idol of Ram Lalla, the sculptor who had built Adi Shankaracharya's idol in Kedarnath, has been finalized for installation in Sanctum Sanctorum. We have CNN News 18's senior editor Pallavi Ghosh joining us on the phone line early this morning. Pallavi, a very good morning to you. What do we know about this man and why is this so important?
Yes, and now it's almost as official as it can get because it's already been information which has been tweeted out by all the senior BJP leaders. Yuvraj was also the one who, remember, has put up the idol inside the new parliament building, the Karnataka Path as well. And he's a very, very seasoned sculpture artist, if I may say. And there were 3 idols which have been prepared. And we were being told that all 3 would be used. But the main one for which the Pran Pratishtha will be done is the one which has been now chosen. And it will be absolutely mum's the word. No one is going to have access to it. It's only going to be those 5 people, like the Prime Minister, the priest, who will be inside the sanctum when the Pran Pratishtha is going to take place. And it's only then we'll get to know what the Ram Lalla really looks like. But Yogiraj's choice is almost very significant, I would say, apart from his caliber, someone from Karnataka, and that's what all Karnataka BJP leaders have been tweeting out, giving us this information. So this is certainly a very, very significant step, and now the next, of course, the big would be on 22nd.
Pallavi, just for the clarity of our viewers, could you please repeat where this man is actually from?
He's from Karnataka, and as I said, that he's a very seasoned artist. If you look at his works, he himself goes on his social media timeline, and his works include portraits of, say, Mahatma Gandhi, which he has talked about recently, Ram statues also, Durga Ma, all of them. And he's also the one whose services have been used by the government inside the new parliament building as well. I remember the first tweet really came out from the BJP Karnataka chief, Vijayendra, B.Y. Vijayendra, and now of course it's been confirmed by the Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi, who himself comes in from Karnataka.
Right, Pallavi. Thank you so much for bringing in all those crucial details. We'll keep coming back to you for more updates on that. Shifting focus to the rift within the opposition as far as the seat sharing for the Lok Sabha elections of 2024 is concerned, the tussle over the seat sharing for the upcoming polls within the I.N.D.I bloc continues to escalate and intensify. December 31st, which was the deadline set by the Trinamool Congress for finalizing talks, has now passed, but the seat sharing formula continues to remain unclear. Now, Trinamool Congress and Samajwadi Party remain firm on their demands, and the Congress state chiefs are expected to submit reports to the party top brass soon. In Bengal, sources say that Congress MP Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has said that the Congress can do well in at least 6 states, and the party has rejected the 2 seats offered by Trinamool Congress. Now, top Congress sources have said that in Uttar Pradesh, Congress hopes to reap the benefit of Rahul Gandhi's upcoming yatra and has asked for Prayagraj, Amethi, Rai Bareli and 5 other seats. But Samajwadi Party has little faith in Congress and is still upset over the Madhya Pradesh incident. Now, situation also remains critical in Punjab, where Congress is demanding 11 seats despite Aam Aadmi Party's objection.
पंजाब ते दिल्ली च मां अपने बच्चे नूं दुनिया दी सब तो छोटी कहानी सुना सकती है. एक थी कांग्रेस.
They are now trying to damage Trinamool. They have fought last election in alliance with left, only to trying to make division of votes and help BJP. So they are just dalals of BJP.
पश्चिम बंगाल में तो कांग्रेस जरूर बीजेपी का दलाल हो गए. सारे देश के बारे में चिंता करने के लिए ममता जी को साथ सोनिया जी का कोई बातचीत होने के बाद कोई रास्ता निकल जाए तो वो हम लोग मान लेंगे.
कि 140 करोड़ जनता जानती है कि तथाकथित गठबंधन एक भानुमति का कुनबा है. कोई इधर से पकड़ा, कोई इधर से पकड़ा, जिसमें 1.5 दर्जन से ज्यादा प्रधानमंत्री पद के उम्मीदवार इधर उधर घूम रहे हैं. सभी प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं. अखिलेश यादव भी प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, ममता बनर्जी प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहती हैं, नीतीश कुमार प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, केजरीवाल प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, अखिलेश यादव प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, लालू यादव बनना चाहते हैं, स्टालिन प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, केसीआर प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, और कोई इनमें से राहुल गांधी को प्रधानमंत्री नहीं बनने देना चाहता, और एक दूसरे से लगातार लड़ रहे हैं.
Some breaking news coming in. We are learning that Union Minister Prahlad Joshi has tweeted, and I quote, that Arun Yogiraj's idol of Ram Lalla, the sculptor who had built the idol of Adi Shankaracharya in Kedarnath, has been finalized for installation in Sanctum Sanctorum. Extremely important as far as the idol of Ram Lalla to be kept in the Sanctum Sanctorum is concerned. Union Minister Prahlad Joshi has went on to tweet and gave clarity that Arun Yogiraj, the man that you can see in the visuals on your screens as well, he's Arun Yogiraj, his idol of Ram Lalla, the sculptor who had built Adi Shankaracharya's idol in Kedarnath as well, has now been finalized for the installation in Sanctum Sanctorum. We'll bring you more details about who this man is and
Welcome back. As the inauguration of the Ram Temple nears, the political fight is also snowballing. Latest remark by AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi has drawn sharp reactions from across political lines. Owaisi has appealed to Muslim youth to be watchful of the activities done by the BJP-led centre and said that masjid in the country should remain inhabited and protected. While taking reference of Babri Masjid, Asaduddin Owaisi said that the place where the Holy Quran was recited for past 500 years is not in their hands anymore. He further stated that young Muslims should remain alert and united. Let me first break down the full statement that has now, of course, come under question, and whether this statement is akin to inciting the sentiments of young Muslims, especially because there is a lot of innuendo and double meaning in what he's saying. So first, as I mentioned, he says that the place where Holy Quran was recited for 500 years is no longer in our hands anymore. He's obviously talking about the Muslim community. He was making this speech in Bhavani Nagar in Hyderabad, which is his constituency, but also an area where the AIMIM is most powerful in. Owaisi then went on to tell Muslim youth that they had lost their masjid and asked if that doesn't bring pain in their hearts. Owaisi says that there is a conspiracy taking place by the centre regarding 3-4 more mosques, in which the Suneri Masjid of Delhi is also included. He further states, what Muslims have achieved over years of hard work must be protected. And this is the statement which is actually can come under question the most. What is it that he's talking about Muslims achieving after years of hard work that needs to be protected in a country like India today? The AIMIM chief also said that young Muslims need to remain alert, united. The mosques should remain populated. It may happen that these masjids are taken away from them in the future. Now, I just want to point out why the Supreme Court gave the judgment that it gave, particularly in the case of the Ram Temple. These are some of the excerpts of why the decision went in the favor of the temple side and not the mosque side. And this has been widely published, but there are leaders who are refusing to accept it. The Supreme Court said that artifacts recovered have a distinct non-Islamic culture. Remember, it was said that the structure beneath the masjid is also Islamic. There were many, many theories that were floated. Anything to do away with the acceptance of a Ram temple. The Supreme Court upheld the view that there was a 12th century structure underneath the masjid, but more importantly that there was no evidence that has come on record to discount the belief of Hindus in the place. The existence of the Sita Rasoi, Ram Chabutra, the Bandargre are testimony of the religious fact of the place, and there is an extensive nature of Hindus worshipping at the outer courtyard at the site, which has been established. An iron railing was set up in 1856. It suggests that Hindus were worshipping at that site, which is why it was done. Muslims on the other side have not been able to provide evidence, and they were in exclusive possession of this disputed site, and that's really the crux of the legal battle in this case. But despite those facts, remember, Asaduddin Owaisi is a serial offender. He has been inciting passions, making faulty statements on the Ram Temple and its judgment for many years now. I just want to reiterate some of these statements he has made in the past. So on Ram Temple on August 5, 2020, Owaisi had said that the Prime Minister visiting there, attending the Bhumi Pujan, was a victory of Hindutva over secularism, of majoritarianism over liberty and equality. Now that may be his view. But look at this next statement. He had gone on to say that the Muslim side will not accept or did not accept the Ayodhya judgment because it was a judgment based on faith and not facts. So he preserves the faith of the Muslim side in the masjid and recognizes that, uses that when he talks to the Muslim public. But the Hindu faith, he says, is not to be, it is to be discounted. And the facts which were established during the case, he is refusing to accept that, and he's a parliamentarian. On November 12, 2019, Owaisi had also said that we do not want this khairat, this donation or charity. Our fight was for a legal right for Babri Masjid. He was of course reacting to the 5-acre land given to the Muslim side for the building of the mosque. So the question we ask is simply this: is Asaduddin Owaisi using his old tricks and continuing to incite passions over the Ram temple, a matter that has been settled in courts after a lengthy legal fight? R.P. Singh of the BJP continues to stay with us. Rashmi Sawant is author and activist joining us on the show. Rashid Sharif is president of the South India Muslim Personal Law Board, and Ahmed Ayaz is a political analyst with us on the show as well. Rashid Sharif, let me begin with you. How do you look at the statement that Asaduddin Owaisi is making? What is he trying to tell Muslim youth?
मैडम मैं उर्दू में बोलना चाहूंगा
जी, वो मुसलमानों को और स्पेशली मुस्लिम बच्चों को क्या संदेश देना चाह रहे हैं जब वो कह रहे हैं कि आप मस्जिदों में जाइए, उनको प्रोटेक्ट कीजिए, और वो ये भी कहते हैं कि मुसलमानों ने जो भी पाया था हजारों साल की मेहनत के बाद उसको प्रोटेक्ट करना चाहिए? क्या मतलब है इसका?
बिल्कुल सही बोल रहे ना मैडम, मस्जिदों को जाइए, मस्जिदों में नमाज पढ़िए, मस्जिद आबाद रखिए, और जो हजारों साल से जैसा कि ताजमहल है, कुतुब मीनार है, लाल किला है, उसकी हिफाजत कीजिए। बिल्कुल सही बोल रहे हो। वो
ताजमहल तो कोई मॉस्क नहीं है, वहां तो नमाज नहीं होती।
जो भी 1000 साल पहले से जो गिफ्ट मिला है हिंदुस्तान को, ये तमाम चीजों की हिफाजत के लिए बात की है वो।
अच्छा, तो आप ये नहीं मानते कि अगर किसी जगह पे मंदिर तोड़ के मस्जिद बनाया गया था, उसके ऊपर फाइट हुई है, उसका जजमेंट हुआ है, तो एक्सेप्ट कर लेना चाहिए उस जजमेंट को भी?
किस तरीके से एक्सेप्ट करना चाहिए मैडम? आपके आस्था पे है सो, अगर है सो आपको जजमेंट मिलता है, जबरदस्ती है सो कार सेवक आके है सो तोड़ देते हैं हमारी मस्जिद को, उसके बाद है सो कोर्ट में एफिडेविट देते हैं कि नुकसान नहीं पहुंचाएंगे इस ढांचे को। ये तमाम चीजें हमारे नजरों के सामने हुए ना मैडम।
नहीं, जजमेंट तो
उसके बावजूद भी ये, उसके बावजूद भी हम खामोश हो गए।
नहीं, आप दो चीजों को कंफ्यूज कर रहे हैं। बाबरी मस्जिद डेमोलिशन का केस अलग चला था, राम जन्मभूमि का केस अलग है। राम जन्मभूमि के केस में जब आज मंदिर बना है और मॉस्क अलग जगह पे बन रहा है, उस जजमेंट को तो एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ेगा ना। उसमें तो फैक्ट्स निकले हैं कि 12वीं सेंचुरी में मंदिर होता था वहां पे, उसको तोड़ा गया है, बाबर के जनरल ने ये किया था, इसके भी हिस्टोरिकल फैक्ट्स है, तो एक्सेप्ट कर लेने चाहिए ना। क्यों अड़ना क्यों है उस बात पे?
नहीं, अड़ना बात बिल्कुल नहीं है मैडम। ये लोग क्या कर रहे हैं मैडम, ये लोग सिर्फ ऐसा चुनावी मुद्दा बना रहे हैं उसको। वो रामलाला की मंदिर नहीं रही अब, वो बीजेपी की मंदिर है वो।
नहीं, आप बीजेपी नहीं, आप डिबेट को चेंज मत कीजिए। आप कह रहे हैं
बिल्कुल
पॉलिटिकल इशू सेपरेट है, मैं पॉलिटिकल इशू नहीं डिस्कस कर रही हूँ, मैं इशू ये डिस्कस कर रही हूँ, ये जो जजमेंट हुआ है उसको मानेंगे लोग या नहीं मानेंगे?
कैसे मानेंगे मैडम, आप बताइए। ये जजमेंट चले मैं मान लेता हूँ, उसके बाद ऐसे, उसके बाद आपके पास और 2 रेडी है आपके पास काम। काशी भी जाना है आपको, मथुरा भी जाना है आपको, इस तरीके से वहां पे भी कुछ करना है आपको, सर्वे कराना है, वहां पे भी कुछ निकलेगा तो फिर वहां पे भी है सो आपको है सो वहां पे भी तोड़ना है, वहां पे भी खत्म करना है मसाजिद को। इसी तरीके से काम करते रहना, पूरे देश को ऐसो नफरत की आग में झोंक देना इनका मकसद है बस।
Okay. Let me go across to R.P. Singh of the BJP. You wanted to come in. Please respond to what, those who are aligned with the AIMIM thought process or with what Asaduddin Owaisi feel. That, this isn't just about Ram Janmbhoomi anymore, and this will only percolate to other cases, and this will just keep going on like this. R.P. Singh. And that is the fear that the Muslim community has. What is wrong if Asaduddin Owaisi is telling the Muslim community to be careful against this?
Shivani, if masjid is a heritage site, then it should not be removed. If it is not a heritage site, then it can be removed. Just recently, Masjid-e-Hashmi and Masjid-e-Muhammadi in Hyderabad was removed for making the secretariat. It's on record, 2020. You can go and check on record, and I can send you the pictures of masjid also, which were removed. The structures were removed. So that's the fact. Now coming to the Supreme Court decision, you told a lot of points, and adding 2 more to that. In the Supreme Court decision, they quoted Guru Nanak Dev Ji's visit to the Ayodhya temple in 1510, and that too, he went and stayed at a place in Brahmkund, and from there he went and visited the temple also. This is a record in Janam Sakhis of the Sikh history. It's a recorded history, one. Secondly, also in 1858, Nihang Singhs went inside that structure. They did a havan there, and they put the name of Ram on all the walls. This is again, there is a FIR which was lodged against those Nihang Singhs, and this is on record. And then that copy of FIR was also placed. So place where there is havan being done and Ram being written, how can that be a place of masjid? And when was the last time when prayer was done there by Muslims in that structure? Well, there is no record for that also. So yes, Babur built up that Babri Masjid at the place of the temple in 1528. There is also a record. And even Guru Nanak Dev Ji in Guru Granth Sahib has written, Ati Mar Pai Kurnane Cheki Jardana, I mean, about the Babur's invasions and Babur tyranny in the Shri Guru Granth Sahib. So I am not going by what has been placed, I am going by what was placed in court as per the historical fact.
I understand. All of these facts and facts.
Give me a second. But Mr. Owaisi, because he has lost ground, because he thought that he can probably come back to the power with with the BRS party, but he lost ground. So to gain that lost ground and then to safeguard his forthcoming elections, he is trying to provoke the youth, but he is forgetting the time has changed. I mean, it's no more the time when you can provoke Muslim youth on name of religion. Today it is Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas also.
Okay.
I'm giving you another data. Give me another 5 seconds. Another data on the all government beneficiary schemes, whether it is Kisan Samman Nidhi, Ayushman Bharat or Mudra Yojana loan, more than 33%, to extend to 36% also in certain schemes, the beneficiaries are from Muslim communities and the Muslim youth.
I get that, but RP Singh, with due respect, I am not discussing that, and I don't think that is a factor here. You know, that can be said, but when religious sentiments are involved, development is not an answer to that. I firmly believe that. You know, development would not have been an answer to tell Hindus either that, listen, you have this. Why do you need a Ram temple? If that argument was wrong, it is not an answer for Muslims either. But let me say, to Asaduddin Owaisi's credit, this is not something he's saying only today after losing the elections in Telangana. He's been saying it since 2019. So I don't think he's changed his position. But I want to go to I.N.D.I. I.N.D.I, the fundamental problem is this. There were temples broken. In many areas, temples were broken at some of the holiest sites of Hindus by Islamic invaders. Some of those temples were broken multiple times for a reason. And today, if Hindus feel that those sites need to be reclaimed, there is a reason for it. And history cannot be denied. The problem happens when people start turning a blind eye to the fact that yes, temples were destroyed at these holy sites and mosques were built. Then only the victimhood happens because you refusing to accept the temple existed.
What you said regarding breakage of temples and then the construction of mosques are often, as it is, it can't be denied. There can be. These cases can be there because it is, more than 500 years ago. More than that, and maybe there are cases. So, in view of that only, to see that this problem does not crop up in future, knowingly that this is a very sensitive issue, religious affairs are very sensitive and can be problematic for the country, and then the Religious Places Act was brought in, it was enacted. Why was it enacted? To see that the position as it existed in 1947
should not be changed.
It is not discussed. Wait a bit. It is not discussed anymore to see it. So, well, why? Because this act was enacted, considering that what you pointed out may be a fact, so that these things don't come up. If it holds good for
it's not maybe a fact. First of all, I.N.D.I, it's not maybe a fact. It's a fact. Let me ask Mr. Sharif. Let me ask Mr. Sharif in front of you. Mr. Sharif, आप मानते हैं कि वहाँ पे मंदिर तोड़ के मस्जिद बनाया गया था राम जन्मभूमि में?
बिल्कुल नहीं मैडम।
आप सुन लीजिए।
500 बिल्कुल, अभी तो सुन रहा था मैं। 500 साल 550 साल के किस्से आप लोग निकाल के बैठे हैं कि भाई उस वक्त मंदिर था, अब मस्जिद है। अब हमारे सामने ये सब चीजें अगर आप बता रहे हैं, हमारे सामने ये चीजें एक्शन ले रहे हैं, तोड़ रहे हैं, फिर मंदिर बना रहे हैं। क्या मैसेज देना चाह रहे हैं मैडम? क्या मैसेज देना चाह रहे हैं लोग? आज है सबका साथ, सबका विकास, उस पे काम करिए आप।
एविडेंस है। व्हाट ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट किससे? ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहब किससे? हाउ डेयर यू डू दैट?
500 साल के बाद
मैं कुरान के बारे में बोलूंगा, ऐसी बात आपको अच्छी लगेगी क्या? आप गुरु ग्रंथ साहब के अंदर जो दर्द है उसको किससे बता रहे हैं? बाबर के अत्याचार जो किए उसको किससे बता रहे हैं?
एक सेकंड रुक जाइए, एक सेकंड रुक जाइए।
मैं
One second, just calm down for 1 second. I don't think he's called anybody's sacred text kisse, but I think this is the fundamental problem. Rashmi Sawant, this is the problem. The problem is, 1 second, RP Singh, 1 second. RP Singh, I'll come back to you, please. Hold on. Rashmi, the problem is exactly this. You can't convince people beyond a point if they've decided that they have a version of history which suits them and they're blind to any other facts that come out in the open. I mean, the facts in Kashi are staring you in the face. The facts in Mathura are more blatant than Ayodhya. But what do you do when people have this set mentality that no, we will not accept, not listen, and regardless of whether this is a very holy site for the other side, we will not accept. Then this is what happens. What Owaisi is doing.
Well, Shivani, if I may quickly come in.
Yeah.
Everybody has a right to, their religious practice. Everybody has a right to build their place of worship. But nobody has the right to build their places of worship on top of other people's places of worship, especially spaces of nativity. The Ram Mandir is the birthplace of Bhagwan Ram. The importance itself is much more than any other normal temple. It is the place of nativity. Second point, the ASI survey was conducted by one of the practicing Muslims, KK Muhammad, during the Congress rule, when the minister in charge was also a practicing Muslim. So I think all of the people who are raising issues right now need to know that the very people who are part of this survey belong to their community. So there was so much honesty and transparency which was maintained during the entire survey. If people want to deny science today, then nothing can be done about them. There are many people across the world who want to deny scientific surveys, scientific advancements. These are people who pretend to be asleep, because these are people you cannot wake up when they're pretending to be asleep. This willful ignorance has no disease, has no, cure.
Yeah.
One of the biggest problems in Owaisi's statement is, he says, what we have, worked for the past 1,000 years. I think that is very problematic.
It is a problematic statement.
If you look at records, Shivani, if you look at records, I bring it in my book, in my latest book, Ram Janmbhoomi. Every other district of Bharat has temples which were desecrated, on top of which places of worship of other religions were built. And this is not just restricted to Ram Mandir or any of the top 3, places of faith.
Yeah, this is the story of thousands of temples, and you can nitpick on the numbers.
And it was a political statement. There is so much empty land in all of Bharat, and you can build a place of worship anywhere. Why on top of temples? It is a way to humiliate Hindus. It is a way to tell them that they are subjugated. That
may be the political reality when there were Islamic invasions in India. That can't be the political reality today. And this is why I want to give Ahmed Ayaz another opportunity for 30-40 seconds. This is why Ahmed Ayaz, what Asaduddin Owaisi is saying is problematic. He's invoking the Muslim rule of extreme prejudice against Hindus, of barbarity against Hindus over the last 1,000 years, is invoking the memory of that rule, it seems so, and talking to Muslim youth today, while he also hails secularism in an independent India. The problem is that, he keeps referring to the past, but also is not willing to accept the facts of Ayodhya.
See, my reply was in general when we talked about temple. See, so long as past is concerned, it's known to all that that stands sealed. And then with regard to the Babri Masjid, well, it was kept out, even this issue was kept out of the ambit of the,
Places of Worship Act. Okay, yeah.
And before it went to the court finally, everybody, see, it's concerning the Muslims, and every individual has his opinion, but largely the larger view was once it went to the court and then wait for the court decision. Whatever court decision is there, that will be acceptable. And I think Ashuddin Owaisi also must say the same, because he being the legal expert, and I think he also was there at that time, and he could say that. But now that if he finds some fault in the judgment, well, he is within the rights. But largely, as long as issues stand settled, you see, as I said, that these are very, sensitive and inflammable issues. We should try to see that as long as possible. We should not give room to these
Okay, I get the point that you're making. The first thing is that while it's okay to disagree with a Supreme Court judgment, that's fine. But to say that it was not based on facts, I don't know whether that's a justified statement by Asaduddin Owaisi. Secondly, as far as places of worship Act is concerned, that was a political decision. No political decision is set in stone. So just because of that act, you cannot say we cannot talk about our history anymore. Just like people have agitated against several things, they can agitate against places of worship as well. But that cannot be the reason why Asaduddin Owaisi is refusing to accept the Ram Janmbhoomi judgment. That's the point that I'm trying to make. There's a distinction between these two issues. But I've run out of time. I do thank all of our guests for joining us. Time for me to take your leave. The Hard Facts is coming up next.
Viewers, days before the grand ceremony being organized to consecrate Ram Lalla's idol at Ayodhya, an attempt has been made to light the proverbial fires of Hindu-Muslim strife. The alleged incendiary is arguably one of India's most divisive politicians, Asaduddin Owaisi, speaking as not only the chief of the sectarian All India Majlis-e-Ittihadul Muslimin, or the AIMIM, viewers, but also the grandee of all Indian Muslims. Owaisi has darkly intoned, and let me quote him. Youngsters, he says to young Muslims, I'm telling you, we have lost our mosque and you are seeing what is being done there. Youngsters, don't you feel any pain in your hearts? The place where we sat and recited Quran-e-Kareem for 500 years is not in our hands today. Youngsters, don't you see that a conspiracy is taking place regarding 3-4 mosques, in which the Sunheri Mosque of Delhi is also there. These forces want to drive you out of here, want to finish you off, unquote. Viewers, listen to Owaisi. If you are finding it hard to believe that a member of parliament could have mainstreamed such incitement, listen now to him in his own words.
नौजवानों, मस्जिदों को आबाद रखो। नौजवानों, तुमसे मैं कह रहा हूं, हमारी मस्जिद हमने खो दी और वहां पर क्या किया जा रहा है आप देख रहे हैं। नौजवानों, क्या तुम्हारे दिलों में, हमारे दिलों में तकलीफ नहीं होती कि जिस जगह पर हमने 500 साल हय्या अल सलाह और हय्या अल फलाह की सदाएं दी, जहां पर हमने बैठकर कुरान करीम का जिक्र किया, जहां पर हमने बैठकर सलात और सलाम के नजराने पेश किए, आज वो जगह हमारे हाथ में नहीं है। मेरे अजीज दोस्तों, याद रखो नौजवानों, ये जो ताकतें है ना, तुम्हारे दिल से जब इत्तेहाद को निकालना चाहते हैं, क्यों निकालना चाहते हैं? मिली गीरत को खत्म कर दिया जाए, मिली हमियत को खत्म कर दिया जाए। बरसों की मेहनतों के बाद आज हमारा एक मुकाम हमने पैदा किया, तो ये आपको इन चीजों पर गौर करना, अपनी मिली हमियत को, मिली अपनी ताकत को बरकरार रखिए। नौजवानों, मस्जिदों को आबाद रखो। कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि मस्जिदें हमसे छीन ली जाए। मुझे उम्मीद है कि इंशाअल्लाह ताला आज का नौजवान जो कल का बूढ़ा होगा, वो अपनी नजरों को आगे रखकर अपने दिमाग पर जोर डालकर सोचेगा कि किस तरीके से मुझे अपने आप को, अपने खानदान को, अपने शहर को, अपने महल्ले को बचाना है। इत्तेहाद एक ताकत है, इत्तेहाद एक नेमत है। निफाक और इंतशार मौत है, याद रखो मेरी इस बात।
It is but natural that